Hey guys, Indigo Films TV here. It's been a while since I've created a video for you guys, so I'm really excited to show you guys the new quest that's available now called the Adulthood quest. And it says, begin your teen Sims journey into adulthood as they prepare to drink deeply from the well of responsibility and credit card debt. We're going to go ahead and tap to continue. And the first task that we have is to send a Sim to the park. Again, a lot of you guys have requested the Fire Monkeys team, which are the developers of the Sims FreePlay, to allow your teenage Sims to grow up into adults. And they have added an extra feature where they will have senior citizens now. But overall, this entire quest is to allow teenagers to grow up into adults, the one that I'm going to go over right now. And for right now, we also have about 6 days to win an expanded wardrobe for our adult Sims, which has new hairstyles, clothing options, and other things like that, which a lot of you guys have also requested. So very cool. First goal is to send a Sim to the park. It says there's an air of youthful, energetic belligerence over Simtown today, the smell of free teen spirit that would get any Sim in the mood for some youthful, rambunctious behavior. Send a Sim, or better yet, a teenager, to the park and get ready to perform some random acts of insanity. So we're going to go ahead and go into our neighborhood mode and go into the park and call one of our Sims over. And preferably it says to call over a teenage Sim, but I don't think it really matters. So I already have some Sims here. If you guys don't know how to do it, just go into Sim Tracker and whistle one of your Sims over to the park. If you guys don't have a park, you have to build it. And next goal is to rearrange chessboard, and it says the park has an endless number of youthful possibilities spread out before your Sim. What's this chess, and what's more teenage than chess, messing with the game in progress and ruining it for the players who will be back to continue later? Rearrange a chessboard in the park. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my music right now, just because I don't want it on so that you guys can hear me better, but I'll leave the sound effects on. And again, this is just referring to the rebelliousness that teenagers have, is they just like to, mess around with things. So right now she's going to rearrange the chessboard. And something else cool is that, let's see if we can see it here. We'll come back in 8 hours and I'll show you what the cool thing was. Actually, I can show you right now. If you click on an item, you can see how many stars it has. So that's something that's a new feature of this update. Alright, so our new task is to hide in the park toilet. And it says, this is fun. Quick hide in the park's public toilet before they see you. So we just did something insane. We're going to go ahead and call. Again, it doesn't matter which Sim it is, as long as you do the task of going into the park toilet and hiding. This one takes 4 hours. But as you can see right now, it doesn't wait until your Sim finishes, but you do get the task as completed. Next goal is to bring a second Sim to the park. Is that clack of thick spectacles, the crinkling sound of a fresh pressure, and the boom 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 of corduroy pants I hear? It can only be one thing. Bring a second Sim to the park to continue their game of chess. Again, I had 2 Sims here already, but if you guys need to call over another one, just use the Sim Tracker. And we're going to continue playing chess. We'll just have our Sim go to the chess rate. We have the same one as last time, so we're going to go back to the chess area and continue the chess game, and it's going to take 4 hours. And so it looks like they answered a lot of your guys' questions in terms of what you guys wanted. So it was nice of the Fire Monkeys team and EA Games to allow us to have the wardrobe, a wider variety of wardrobe, and allow our teenage Sims to grow up into adults. Alright, our next goal is to ridicule another Sim. It says, your Sim doesn't remember there being a confused looking frog where their knight used to be. Somebody has been tampering with the chess pieces. Get the cheeky Sim responsible for the frog knight prank to ridicule their victim. Ridicule a Sim. Alright, so this is a little bit confusing. I'm going to call someone else over because we were actually supposed to get another Sim is supposed to ridicule. If that makes any sense, because our Sim who messed up the chess pieces went into hiding into the bathroom. But again, it doesn't really matter who you have do what, because as long as you finish the goal, that's all that counts in this particular game / quest. So again, it doesn't matter if you use an adult Sim or a teenage Sim. So I just have 2 adults right here since I don't have that many teenagers, but I will call one over later. But right now they're ridiculing each other. Our next goal is to stare vacantly into the park fountain, and it says, excellent chess pranks aside, there's nothing like staring blankly at something to really get a sim into a teen mindset. How about the park water fountain? Take a sim over there and then settle in for some serious teenage zoning out. Stare vacantly at the water fountain. So again, it doesn't matter whether it is an adult or a child's or a teenage sim, but we're going to stare vacantly for one day. And I don't know, sometimes I tend to zone out at things too, whether it's a fountain or, I don't know, cars or a random piece of furniture. I tend to zone out. And it happens to all of us. I don't think that I blame anybody for doing it. Sometimes we're just so tired. Sometimes we get creative in our minds. Sometimes our minds go blank. And we just start looking at things funny. So we will have this sim right here. Stare at the fountain. And it looks like I'm creeping in on him if I go behind this tree like this. Next task is to dance to electronica in the park. Look, someone put a good old-fashioned boombox out here in the park. It's right over there on the pier. There's only one way to follow up a healthy session of teenage inactivity, and that's by raving out to some thumping electronica. Have a sim dance to electronica in the park. So we're going to go to the pier. The boombox is right here. Click on it, and electronica should be the only option that you have, and typically that's not the case, but since this is for the quest, that is what shows up. And again, if you click on the object, you can see boombox stereo above it. There are stars that indicate how many stars the item is worth. So, very cool part of this update. I mean, you know, it depends what you mean by cool, but I guess it's not really necessary in any way, but yeah. It would be much more beneficial, I think, if you clicked on a furnitures and it tells you what the things are that you're about to buy. But anyway, we will come back soon. Our next task is to have 3 sims in the park. What a racket, that boombox sure can pump out the decibels. Pretty much everyone from Simtown heard it. Bring a sim to the park so they can voice their annoyance at all this teenage noise. And again, I already have 3 sims here. If you guys need to do that again, just use your sim tracker and whistle someone over. Next goal is to complain to a sim. Whoa, your sim looks angry. Get your sim to complain to another sim. And we just saw a sim not too long ago. We're going to have to find her somewhere. The hardest part is when your sim wanders and you can't find them. So she's right there. We're going to click on her and click, was it complain that I had to do? Complain, right. So click complain. It takes 1 minute, not too long. And since they are all revved up and inspired from the new update, it shouldn't be too long for them to walk from one place to the other either. So we're going to have them complain to each other. And we will come back after that. Oh no, they dislike each other. Next task is to mock another sim. And it says the sim responsible for playing electronic on the park can't believe they're getting complaints. Who are they to tell you to keep the noise down? It's time for some taunting, mocking fun. Mock the sim who dared to complain with a hilariously youthful chicken dance. So we're going to mock, and let's see if there's actually a chicken dance. Is that what the chicken dance is? Where you put your hands to your sides like that? Yeah, that's what it is. Have you guys ever done that to anybody? Anyway, I haven't, but I probably will soon. Just another part of being a teenager is they're trying to capture this view of, you know, ruining everyone's day and being belligerent. New task is to grill them all on the barbecue, and all that mocking and electronic shuffling makes for a mighty hungry young sim. Luckily, someone has left a lot of food near the barbecues. Who owns it? Who cares? Get your playful, slightly irresponsible sim to grill them all on the barbecue. So very cool fact about this is that before, I don't think teenage sims were able to use the grill, but now they are able to. So again, if you have your teenage sim doing this update, they are definitely able to grill now, which is very cool because that's what they didn't allow before. But again, clicked on it, clicked grill them all, and it's going to take about 8 minutes, so I'll go ahead and leave my sim. Again, This one doesn't matter whether you use an adult sim or a teenage sim, as long as you have them grill. And it's going to take the same amount of time. I have my adult sim doing it now, but again, you can have a teenage sim do it. She just finished eating it. Our new task is to call a sim to the swim center. What's one of the most irresponsible things a teenage sim can do after a large meal? Go swimming, of course. Call a sim to the swim center. So we're going to go into community mode, and if you guys don't have a swim center, again, you're going to have to build it. And the swim center is going to be close to your school. So that's where it is. For those of you guys who need help finding it, we're going to go ahead and click on it and call one of our sims over. We'll go ahead and call our teenage sim, since this is supposed to be his quest. It says, use the slide at the swim center. Now any teen who is too cool for school will pretend they don't care about the slide, but actually they can't wait to glide down the watery plastic tube of happiness. Get a sim to use the slide at the swim center. And it only takes about 7 seconds, so we'll have him go over there and use the slide. I don't know if any of you guys have been to Raging Waters or any sort of water park, but they look really fun. I haven't personally been myself, but they look like fun. And my teenage sim was wearing a snowboarding gear right before he switched into swim trunks. And it says, next goal is to drink an energy drink at the swim center. Gotta keep those energy levels up. Have a highly caffeinated, sugar-laden energy drink from the beverage to go-go machine at the swim center. So it is right here, right next to the reception desk, the welcome desk, and we're going to click on it and click energy drink, which takes 30 minutes. Again, throughout this whole thing, you can have either an adult sim or a teenage sim do this. I talked to a friend recently who went snowboarding and got a concussion because of it. So, speaking, of the snowboarding gear that this teenager is wearing right now, hopefully nothing like that happened to you guys who went snowboarding. I personally love snowboarding. So, really glad they included the snow park in this in this game. Anyway, we'll come back after he finishes drinking the energy drink. Alright, new task is to ridicule the trophy case. Who do those trophy winners think they are? It's time to get snarky with some 90s style youthful indifference and ridicule each and every one of them. Nothing quite like taking pot shots at someone else's achievement to get a belligerent teen attitude going. Ridicule the trophy case at the swim center. And the trophy case is right across from the coffee machine, so we can go ahead and click on it and click ridicule, and it takes a day. So that's what that looks like. Can't really see his face from that angle. But yeah, just another personality trait of a teenage sim that they're bringing out in this quest. We'll come back after this is done. Ooh, we actually got an LP for that. Next task is to send a sim home. It says, look at that, there's a particularly flashy looking item in there, forged from rare gems and gold. It says here that it was forged by the ancient race of half llama, half sim creatures called centaurs. Half llama, half sim sounds a bit ew. Your sim feels a bit weirded out. Send your sim home. Anyway, as soon as you click the home button, it gave you credit to completing that task, and it follows us directly into the sim's house. And it says, watch the news. All that teenage rebellion is exhausting. It's time for a break. Watch the news on TV. So we're going to have our teenage sim watch the news on any TV. Again, for those of you who don't have a TV, go into furniture store. And, ooh, it looks like we have new items, but we'll check it out later. Go into the electronics section and just buy a TV from here. But this only takes a few minutes. Our next task is to confess to a sim. Oh no, the news says a rare artifact was stolen from a retired explorer today. And not just any artifact, it was an artifact forged by centaurs. This puts your sim in a difficult position. Your sim knows where it is, but that means you'll have to admit to ridiculing the trophies. I mean, there's no way they'll believe that your sim was just admiring them. Have your sim confess to another sim. So we'll go ahead and call one of our Sims over. And it doesn't matter who confesses to who as long as the action gets done. But, yeah. So we'll go ahead and leave them to doing this. And it'll take 30 minutes. Did I say ridicule? I meant confess. Anyway, I don't know what I said, but I meant confess. Well, that was an incredibly brave and noble action to take. By confessing their knowledge of where the trophy was stashed, your sim gave themselves up. It's a great step towards responsibility and adulthood, but there is still a punishment to be dished out. Go back to the park and clean up some trash. So it looks like our sim was supposed to, after ridiculing and confessing, they have to go back to the park and do the chore of cleaning up the trash. But again, it doesn't matter who does it for this case. So we'll go ahead and have our sim who's already there clean up the garbage. And this way, hopefully, all will be forgiven in Sim Town. And we will get to get our teenage sim grow up into an adult. See, by doing this, they gain responsibility, and then they're able to be adults and all that good stuff. So we'll leave them to do this for a while. New task is to have 5 Sims dance to a park stereo. Fantastic. This has been a real coming-of-age adventure for your Sims with laughs, tears, and teenage indifference. The only way to close out this chapter in your Sims' lives is an outdoor party. Bring 5 Sims to the park and get them all dancing to the Sim FM Hottest 100. We already have one Sim here, so we're going to go back to the pier where the boombox is. Click on it and click Sim FM Hottest 100. And call some other Sims over. We need 5, right? Oh, can't call on her. She's taking care of a child. And we'll have them joining in. So I just had 5 Sims join in right now. Ooh, and we got another LP from this. So that's it for this quest. It says, congratulations, Sim teenagers can now become adults. Just choose the teenager you want to age and select have birthday. Don't forget the cake. Oh, and it says, congratulations, you just won a particularly stylish fashion pack for your adult Sims. Hundreds of new items await your Sims in the salon and create a Sim menu. So we'll go ahead and check that out later in my other video, so make sure to check out my other video. And the new quest right now is also seniors, and if we complete this quest, we'll unlock the ability to send our adult Sims into their retirement years. So watch my other video to look at the seniors goal.